Hello, and welcome to today's MindSoulful Monday. Hi, I'm your host. I'm Brooke-Sidney. I'm your MindSoulful mentor, your self-love advocate, and your inner voice and soul story coach. And today I just wanted to pop on, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, and it's all about, feeling where we are. So I really wanted to share kind of what's happening right now for me and really how it can apply to you all. So I actually just got back from my son's parent-teacher conference. That's the time of the year, just like with us as adults, where we have this periodic check-in, right? To see how well our son is doing in school and to see where he's progressing, to see where he's developing, to see where he needs work, or even where he's really strong. And going through that process now, he's been in this amazing Montessori school for a while, but kind of going through this process, it made me think back and really reflect on, what is this showing up in my life right now to cause me to think about further and to reflect on? And it made me think of the fact, on Saturday, I literally had a shutdown. I felt like it was shut down Saturday or self-care Saturday. We always think that self-care comes on a Monday or Sunday. And for me this week, my self-care was on Saturday when I shut it down. I stopped running around and doing all the different things that I thought normally I need to do, because normally Saturday is the day where you get in and you really start doing all your errands or catching up on work. And I did do some work, but more importantly, I just kind of chilled out with my son. I just kind of, as I'm calling it, shut down Saturday. I actually wanted to post on social media, but I had kind of nothing left to give on Saturday. I was truly tired. And the reason why I'm sharing that story is that all of us go through seasons, right? All of us go through periods of time where we are run, go, and periods of time when we need to slow down, slow it way down. And Saturday for me was one of those periods of time where I just really felt like I needed to shut it down. So today when I went to my son's parent-teacher conference, and, me and his father are sitting there, listening to the teachers. They're raving about my son, which, yes, it warms my heart, right? I'm super excited. My son's doing an amazing job. But we also wanted to know, where could our son grow? What could he be working on either at home in his free time to really strengthen who he is, where he's going, the vision that that we as parents have for him as he gets ready for kindergarten, all of those things. But we are no different. Although we're adults, we are no different. We have things in our lives that we are still working on, right? We have goals and visions and things that we are still progressing in and still developing. Because in Montessori, they kind of rate them on I think it's needs work, developing, progressing, and then when the triangle is filled all the way in, it's strong. So there are areas in our lives, right now, I know for me especially, where I'm still developing. I'm still getting my solid footing. I'm still figuring out things, and what I am learning is that I have to be okay with this. So this message today is for you just as much as it's for me. I would love to know if you guys are resonating with it. And I would also really like to know where you are looking back over 2018, because we're getting into that point. We're into that reflection period, you guys. It is middle to late November. Thanksgiving is this week. Christmas is next month. And then we're straight on into 2019. So if you aren't thinking about 2018 and thinking about reviewing it and what went well, what you want to work on for next year, now is the time, right? Now is the time. Because what I realized was that, looking at my son's progression and development. I've seen it now, move dramatically in a year. And as an entrepreneur, as, a mother, and the different hats that I hold, I really, really, really hold myself to a really high standard. And I'm human. I get frustrated when I don't meet or even exceed the goal that I set for myself. And so I was just sitting here thinking about how I encourage my son, how we encourage him, how we support him as his parents, and how we hold the highest vision for where he is going with his life, and why we as adults, right, even myself, how I can do better at holding myself in that same gentle, warm, encouraging embrace, right? Like where in your life could you use a little bit more support? Where in your life could you use a little bit more encouragement? This week, as we head into the week of being grateful, the week of gratitude, the week of Thanksgiving, where in your life do you know that you're in a season of development? You're in a season of progressing, that you're okay with being where you are. I think that's the next real big point, is that oftentimes it's really about accepting where we are so that we can release anything. Like for me, it's been releasing disappointments. There's things that I wanted to do that I haven't done this year. There's goals that I wanted to reach or really exceed that I didn't exceed, and I wanted to exceed. I wanted to do better. And, but I'm now in this position in 2018 to look back and say, what did I do well? What season am I in? And accepting fully where I am and appreciating my progress, right? Because with my little guy, I wouldn't tell him, oh, wow, you're just at progressing, or you're just at developing. You're not at strong yet. So, you did a terrible job. No, we wouldn't. And I don't encourage you to talk to your children like that. I don't talk to my son like that, because it doesn't build them up. And in the same way, how are we talking to ourselves? How are we encouraging and strengthening ourselves? How are we accepting where we are and allowing it to be, so that we can fully move into our higher vision for ourselves right now in 2018, as well as readying ourselves for 2019, right? So today, when you're thinking about 2018, I'm encouraging you to be mindful and to ask yourself, where am I in 2018? What season am I in? And where would it be great for me to be okay with the fact that I'm progressing and I'm developing and I'm moving towards strong? I'm using the whole Montessori kind of grading curriculum kind of aspect of it, but it's really, really helpful. You know why? Because it's encouraging, it's supporting, it's uplifting, and it's nurturing. And when we think about how we want to treat and talk to ourselves, I'm encouraging you to think about it in that way, right? To think about it in a way that supports us, uplifts us, and positively moves us forward, rather than being judgmental, harsh, and critical that kind of brings us down and actually plays into that inner critic that all of us have. I have it. I have to always almost revert back to talking to myself like a child and being like, no, Brooke-Sidney, you're doing a good job. You're making all the next aligned steps. You're moving into your position. Everything is working out for you. All of these things, right? It's so much more positive and helpful than the reverse or the opposite, which is super harsh, critical, judgmental, and really plays into and emphasizes on a loudspeaker the inner critic. So I really would love for you to work with that this week, work with those thoughts, and be really reflective about your 2018 and your 2019. And for those of you that, don't know, my Mama Love Planner, the number one tool for making sure that we as women put ourselves at the top of our list, both in terms of self-care, self-love, making time for the things that nourish and replenish us, as well as incorporating a gratitude journal into it, and places to uplift ourselves in terms of affirmations and declarations or scripture, whatever works for you, as well as making sure on a daily basis, in addition to the gratitude, the mindful planning, that you are celebrating your wins, because it's so important for us as women and as mothers to nurture and encourage ourselves, right? And to uplift ourselves, because we nurture and uplift those around us. And so we have to be pulling from our inner reserves and our strength and our power. And that comes when we love on ourselves and take care of ourselves. So make sure you are grabbing one of those while they're still on sale. So the link is in the information or in the comments. Make sure you're grabbing one. Grab one for a friend. Give the gift of self-care this season. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you're hopping on now or at the end, jump in, watch it from the beginning. If you have any questions or would love to share what you're working on in 2018, I'd love for you to pop it into the comments. I'm totally here. I love the conversations and chats that happen below in the comments. And I'd love for you to like, love, share, and tag the heck out of this post. And I will see you later on this week, and have an amazing Thanksgiving.